what's happened in the last video.
We're like, okay, okay, never mind. I'm 17, so that's, yeah, we're too young!
And here is more MrDudeManSir.
And I'm older than I seem. I am actually 1,000 years old now. I don't really know how I got here. Slavia stared at me but said nothing. The moments dragged on endlessly. I waited for her to laugh at me and call me sick or something even worse. Then why are you telling me all this? I finally asked, she did, quietly. I want you to understand my situation. But it sounds so stupid. Of course, if I were you, I'd react the same way. What do you expect from me? I just felt that I needed cars to drive by me to be able to confess. I'm not saying that you're lying and I don't think you're crazy. But you have to understand, I can't not just accept it. I understand. I just thought that it would help you to understand my situation and my motivation for all my actions. It didn't, to be honest. I sighed in frustration. You know, girls are weird. And my opinion has not changed. But you better be off. You need to pack your stuff. I don't have any stuff. Let's talk later. I wasn't gonna argue. It only is bad omens to argue with women. If Slavia hasn't changed her mind after my confession, then it's pointless to press on right now. I gotta talk all frustrated. Distressed, I shuffled to old Kamicha's cabin. The camp leader stood at the doorstep and looked like she was waiting for me. Ah, why are you so gloomy? Did something happen? No, nothing. Just came to pack my things. Oh, come on, let it out. You might feel better. Well, how do you think I can prove that I'm telling the truth to somebody who doesn't believe? You're talking to someone who doesn't believe you about the truth. She's not going to be able to help you. Are you absolutely sure that you're telling the truth? Absolutely, positively. Then perhaps they might just need time to consider. And there's no time left. I don't know. She shrugged her shoulders in dismay. Well, it's something at least. I tossed my winter clothing into a bag and headed to the bus stop. Hey! A couple days ago, I'd seen the Icarus standing at the gate of the camp and waiting for the pioneers. I would have been the happiest person in this reality. But right now, I wasn't in the mood to rejoice. There was still plenty of time left until the bus departure time. I sat down on the curb. Is that how curb spelled? I haven't written the word curb in like forever. But that word just looked weird. And buried my head in my hands. Why so sadious? A familiar voice pulled me out of my thoughts. Just had a fight with Slavia. You could say that. And what's the reason? She doesn't believe that I'm alien from the future. I smiled ironically. I wouldn't believe it either. Said Lena seriously. If I were in your shoes, neither would I. It's not a big deal. You make up from a quarrel. Yeah, but there's not much time left to what? To make the right choice. At least, like, when I make choices, I have infinite amount of time to click between two choices, or even 5. But this guy, he has to make a text box, and it has to be the right text box, otherwise it screws up the entire story. I just broke the fourth wall. After a while, the whole camp assembled together at the bus stop. Hey, everyone's here. Began Olga Michevna. You're leaving our camp today. Oh, I gotta say this in like proud old pioneers. You're leaving our camp today, and I'd like to tell you something important. She was I'm talking like some sort of like drill sergeant man, but this is a woman. I gotta say it more feminine then. She was visibly nervous and desperate loss for words. I hope that you remember the time you spent here for a lifetime, and that you retain only pleasant memories about Silverknock. I also hope that you become at least a little bit better, managed to learn something and found new friends. Just come back next year. The camp leader turned away. It seems to be trying to hold back your tears. I didn't expect her to get so emotional, although her speech sounded like a complete nonsense to me as usual. Of course, this is where I met Slavia, but now we were going through a tough time. And what will happen next is absolutely being blocked by... Okay, unclear. So I do not care about whether I'll miss the place in Ogamichado or not. Unlikely. When the pioneers started to get on the bus, I pushed through the crowd to Slavia. Hey! Sit together. Okay. Best conversation. Let's sit together. Okay. And she sat quietly. I even thought that the shadow of a smile on her face. Oh look, Miku and her weird old cat ear thing, if that is Miku. And there's some sort of red-haired girl slash guy, I can never tell with these things. In the right there. There's some sort of shy old girl, and half these people on this bus I haven't even seen. Maybe all of them. I don't know, maybe there's people with different, like, you know, looks. I don't know. The bus flew across the expanse of my world. Outside, fields followed forests, and calm rivers and highlands. I felt as familiar with all of this as if my own homeland. Anyway, the surroundings were at least of my concerns now. I was trying hard to find the right words to start a conversation. We had been sitting there, probably for a couple hours, but all attempts to strike up a conversation end with one-word answers. Forget about what I said before. Forget about it! I don't want to make any excuses, or say it's not true. It's just now, the most important thing to me is you. I understand. She looked at me carefully. Even if I sometimes act the wrong way and talk nonsense. Regardless, the main thing for me now is to be with you, and will always be. I understand I acted too recklessly and planned stupid ventures, but we will try to make everything right. Together, you and me. It's in the game. Slavia was still gazing at me. Do you realize that it'll be very difficult? That you can't just run blindly into the dark, because then there will be so many problems that we will not be able to solve. Yes, I understand that now. But for you, I prepare for anything. This is like Romeo and Juliet, but mixed. She didn't say a word, but just kissed me gently and put her head on my shoulder. It definitely meant yes. I didn't want to bother her anymore. Let her sleep. The point is that Slavia finally understood me, understood what she means to me. She realized that I'll do anything for her sake. And even if I'm overreacting and deciding too early, she's ready to put me on the right path. The path that will walk together! Nice thread to claim its rights, and the bus settled down to sleep. At first I tried to fight it, but is there any use to enduring a waste of my efforts when the future had finally become crystal clear for me? My eyes shut just for a moment. There are dreams that you do not want to wake up from. It's like floating down a warm river towards a place far beyond the horizon, blissfully watching the vain world, hidden behind the clouds. The past is left behind, and echoes do not tear your soul. And the future is right here. You just have to reach out. It doesn't matter what is awaiting you there. The very process of immersing yourself in this fairy world of serenity and happiness is itself much more important. I've always believed that the universe was once in this state and one day it would return to it again. Our life is just a blink of an eye, just a second in comparison to the universe. The birth and death of stars is a minute to those is minute. A minute? That's of those galaxies are ours. Okay. Weird analogy. Well, weird metaphor? Metaphor. But even all of that, all put together, will not even be a day. Nobody thinks how to live each specific second, so does it really matter what each drop in a stormy river running beyond the horizon of existence does?